everyone, and welcome to Two-Player Quest, where I help you on your quest to find the best two-player board games for you. And in today's video, we have the What Did We Actually Get at Spiel video. Well, I am going to start off with the one that's on my side here, the only one that's not on the table, which is Aventuria. This is a game that we had not seen beforehand. It's an adventure card game. It's a bit of an older one. I think it's from 2016. There's a new version of this game coming out. So that's why it was on offer. It was €10 for the box. So for €10, we can't really let a game go. It's a co-op adventure card game in which you basically fight monsters. So we bought the basic box and 2 extra expansions because, as I said, they were €10 per box. So we thought, well, can't really let an interesting game go for €10. That's often how we feel about certain things. We got a box of card sleeves for Slay the Spire, because if you've seen anything on my channel, you have probably seen one of our Slay the Spire videos, and you possibly know that our sleeves are basically breaking on us. Now, we were discussing with the people behind the booth that this is apparently an issue they've had with the first few printings of the game for the sleeves, so they gave us a free set of new sleeves, which is very nice, and they will be used very shortly. Then we have the Civolution acceptance letter expansion, which is an extra add-on expansion for Civolution that we bought last year. It has starting attributes, creature chips, and level 4 modules. So it just adds little extra things to the game that you can choose to add yes or no. So we thought that was nice, so we got that as well. Another one we hadn't seen beforehand was Mini Rogue. Now, my husband had played this with other friends of ours, and he really liked it, and he saw it. It was €20, and he said, well, I want to have that, so we have that. Then mainly onto the ones that we had seen beforehand that we decided to get eventually. One of them is Deckers. So it's from the same people who made Civolution. It's a quite heavy co-op deck building game for 1 to 4 players. This is one of the first games we are going to be trying to play with the 2 of us. But it's not the first, because the first is the one that is on the table right now, which is Firefighters on Duty. We have just set it up. We are basically going through the rules and trying to see how it plays. The other one we got is Boss Fighters QR, the English version. We saw this beforehand. It is a 1 to 4. Maybe it's 2 to 4. It's a 2 to 4 player co-op game. We basically only bought co-op games this time because that's what we're sort of slowly but gradually starting to like a bit more. I have noticed we still like versus games, but co-op is a bit where we are standing at this point. So we have a lot of co-op games. You try to battle a boss using QR codes and trying to basically defeat the bosses. At the start, you don't know what a boss does, what their weaknesses are, and you have to basically attack them and learn what they do. So that seemed really interesting to us. Then, another one we hadn't seen beforehand is this big box. I'm going to put it on this side because it's heavy. Is The Last Spell. Now, it is a 1 to 4 player. To us, it seemed like a bit of a dungeon defense game. We don't know too much about it. We couldn't play it at Spiel, especially not in the one day that we had. But it has sort of day and night phases, and in the day phase, you sort of prepare for the night phase in which you attack. You are attacked, and as a group, you're basically trying to protect your town. So that seemed interesting to us. Now, this is the most expensive game that we bought because, surprisingly, we didn't spend that much money at Spiel this year. Usually we buy a lot of big games, and this year we've bought a lot of not that big games. So this one was 109. and it was the most expensive one that we bought. Most of the other games were about 65 or 35. So in general, quite a good weekend for our budget. So we have a lot more that we can buy when we feel like it. And one of the last games, actually I think it is the last game that we physically got at Spiel, is Far Away. Now this is very similar to Vantage, which is one of the new games from Stonemaier, in which it is a limited communication co-op game. So you again land on a planet, or you are on a planet. You have a certain goal which you need to reach, but when you are not together on the board, you are not allowed to communicate with each other about what you need, how things go. But you do have loneliness that you need to think of. So if at some point you've been apart for too long, your character will die of loneliness. So it's a strategic co-op with limited communication, which seemed interesting to us. So those are the games that we physically brought back with us. We were going to bring back Dungeons of Doria, Arcane Abominations, but unfortunately on Thursday they did not have that at the store because there were logistical issues. So we didn't bring that back. We are backing that on, I think it was GameFound, to get that version. And that was it for what we got at Spiel. Now to start off, what can you expect in the coming few weeks? Well, one of them will definitely be Firefighters on duty, and the other one will probably be Deckers that are coming quite soon. So if there's something else you want to see relatively quickly, please let me know in the comments. And for now, I look forward to seeing you next time on 2 Player Quest.